All right, day 272 of trying to become a millionaire. And I think, God will, today we got a little closer because, you might be wondering if you're new here. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna tell you a little bit of backstory. Okay, so um, yesterday I said in the video that today, tomorrow, yesterday, today, which is today, I'm gonna have an interview to get a tech job, not like a technical job, but job in tech, as a recruiter. So basically, you're gonna be hiring developers instead of like working as a developer. You know what I mean? So today I had this interview with a, I guess, middle or senior recruiter, basically hiring a junior one, kinda. And the thing is, you know, bro, I have said you guys to open up a YouTube channel, especially in English, if possible, or in some kind of other language which is popular and at the same time very valuable. Like I know that some kind of European languages, right? So Europe is pretty rich place. GPT per capita is very high relatively to other countries. So making content in Spanish, in Italian, and German, and other languages are also very valuable. But the audience is way narrow than if you would have made content. English is truly life-changing because the amount of people speak English is very high, and the amount of money these people make, above average, I would say. Like, not everyone who's speaking English is a millionaire, obviously, but bro, the doors and opportunities which is gonna open you, it's crazy. Why am I saying that? Why I kind of get a little off topic? Because, bro, I sent them my YouTube channel, and I was making also content about programming on LinkedIn, and at the same time I was trying to connecting with recruiters, and recruiters, as you know, LinkedIn, if you get connect with them, LinkedIn is a very like small group oriented. Like if you click on someone's post, if you do something, it's gonna instantly recommend you content which they liked, right? So the algorithms work like that. In general, all am I saying is that they checked the content I'm making, and I was making content in English about programming and coding, which is the thing I really like. I really need, or I really want. You know what I mean? So they, even though they didn't had a position for a developer, that guy I connected with, awesome guy. Um, Obviously, everyone has its own flaws, right? But he, as a stranger from the internet, he helped me. So he saw that I know how to speak English pretty confidently, and he assumed that I have like C1 or C2, which is like a advanced level of speaking English. In I guess if you know what the IELTS, grading, whatever is. So basically, yeah, it's just measuring how well you know the language. I have passed this exam and I got B2, which is lower than C1 and C2. Um, and it's pretty good that they assume that I have a higher one. Anyway, this thing, this jobs thing, right? So you might be wondering, bro, like this job, like it's not gonna make you rich. Like what the heck you're doing here, right? Yes, it's not, to a degree. Okay, I mean, it really depends on what you label as rich. Okay, in my country, where the average salary is between $200 and $300, making like 2K, 3K a month is pretty wealthy. You know what I mean? Like the people who are doctors, I mean, in a matter of like you got, I think you got university, and after that you got something else and like something else. I mean, like something like a professor level at university, you're gonna make it like a. Do you understand that these people who spend around like 10 years, 10 freaking years, oh my god, it's prayer time. But anyway, I'm gonna finish it very quickly. So I got a relative of mine who is actually a relative sister of my mother. So she's making, I guess, close to 3K a month, something like that. And that is considered wealthy. I guess if you're not living in an advanced economy, you probably also would have agreed with me. Anyway, what I wanted to say that I guess a lot of people already have leaved the video, and because I'm taking so long to explain what I wanted to say, it's basically this job thing gonna give you some air to breathe before you're gonna get out of this water. You know what I mean? You are in a rock bottom, right? So you're in an under, I don't know, kilotons of water on your shoulders. You are in the bottom of entire sea. You are in, I don't know, like you don't have money. You are in that situation. And to get, and you need to get out of this sea first so you can breathe at least or not die in there, okay? Because you have to pay the bills. You have to understand that you have to buy food, you have to buy the bills, and you have to take care at least to a degree of, you know, of yourself, of your family, and like, you know what I mean? You can't ask money from your parents all the time because they don't have a lot of it. And this business thing is gonna take your time, and it doesn't mean that this thing is not gonna work. Again, it doesn't mean that this thing is not gonna work. I'm building my agency or searching for clients. I'm pretty sure my co-founder is gonna send me the script for VSL in a couple of days, and we're gonna get back into this hustle mode again. Although I'm gonna probably have a job, have a college, and at the same time I'm gonna be running a business. Like a normal person gonna have a day job and a business which they're running on the side. But guess what? I'm gonna have a college. Thank God it's part-time college, so I don't have to worry about it a lot. But still I have to worry about it, even at least. That's what I hate about it. I have college, I have a day job, and I have a business. So there's like a lot of things to worry and care about. But I can't drop out of college or quit my job until the business is gonna do well. Until the business is gonna do well. Like, to drop out of college, to break these belief systems which have been programmed to your parents for years, it's not like a small amount of time, you know what I mean? It's like 30 years. 30 years they have been brainwashed to think and believe that you have to have a normal, stable, paying job, and if you want to have some kind of luxury in your life, you have to get it for credit. So boost the percentage, right? Because you have a stable paying job and you can pay it back later, which doesn't make any sense to you and I, but it made for them. And I guess if God wouldn't guide you and I, we would have believed the same thing. Trust me. Trust me. Thank God. That's why. Your belief system, your mindset is the most expensive thing you have, my friend. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to say, brother. Like, I want to get this job to not do. I mean, yes, I'm gonna be able to invest the money I'm gonna make from my salary into business, buy a better domain, maybe even register a business. Like, afford to invest into my business like a normal freaking guy. You know what I mean? Like how it's supposed to be. I think like how a normal person thinks of business. You know, you have to invest some money to make that money, right? Not 100% true, but still I mean, you need to buy a domain name. You need to, you know what I mean? Like you need to spend money on some things. So yeah, it's not it's not about investing the money I'm gonna make from my salary in the business, although we have this bonus. It's more about like me being able to not worry about my food, so I have brain space to think about business. Me being not worry about or don't have to be worried about my parents, right? So constantly arguing with them about the college thing, about all of these things, about my future because they think I'm a failure and all that garbage. And having that, spending that power and spending that brain power into my business, into recording VSLs and not arguing with my mom, into thinking of how I can get more clients and not how I can stop this war with my family, and not how to, I don't know, like, um, you know what I mean? I don't think I have to explain it. A lot of you guys are already old enough, and probably if you are in this space for a couple of years, you understand what I'm talking about. In the space of self-improvement and self-development. Yeah, man. So this is the biggest thing so far for today, except that I'm just gonna get back on working on my agency's website. And I was working on this project as well. I got some pet projects to get a tech job, which is even better paying and something at least related to my business to a degree. So these two things, which are not that fancy as the first one I said you, but they are very important as well. I guess that's it for today. In the business side, there is nothing fancy so far. Like, I mean, we got like 2 clients and we recorded VSLs for them and explained them what the product we want for them to, what the services we're providing. But it's been like 2 or 3 days, you know. It's been 2 or 3 days. We have to check back on them, I guess. But so far, from after that incident, I don't think we got any clients or any leads. Yeah, man. I think that's enough for today. I think that's the hard truth. Because I don't know, like, I don't want to say that you're not gonna become a millionaire by the age of 18, but you have to be realistic with yourself. It's gonna take you a lot of time. You know, it took me a while to understand what I want from this life and what kind of business I want to build at first, and to have this mindset of like, I'm gonna stick to this thing. And I kind of sometimes blame the universe or something like that, you know, I have been working on myself for 4 years, you know, since the age of 14 and 13, like something like that. And I didn't want to go to college, and I thought that I'm gonna succeed to a degree that I'm gonna move to Dubai and like don't have to like go to college kinda, and I don't have to like live through this period of life, right? No, man. Like, the younger me was a softer me who wanted to escape the pain and just make money quick and leave the hole. I think God has another plans. And I mean, the younger me would have been crying his eyes out, but man, I am glad that things are happening. Because, sheesh, maybe I don't understand it fully, but there is something behind this thing. I probably don't even understand how good this thing is to me. I already can like say that, you know, hi, I can reinvest the money I make, and I can have some brain, like, you know, like I can have some brain space to think. No, I mean, these things, they're probably, I'm probably underestimating how big of a deal this thing is. Usually it happens like that, you know what I mean? Like, usually you think that you got a little gift, a very small gift, and you're like, okay, thank God, alhamdulillah. But a year passes by, or like I don't know, 2 years passes by and you realize how big of a deal is this thing, and how like, you know, like a small stone in a like very top of the mountain can crumble down and eventually like hit the very big rock, which was like a millimeter on the edge. And like that's how I think life works sometimes. Okay, I have to pray. Peace out.